Wrestlemania week has arrived at last, and it's a glorious day to be a wrestling fan. Time for some predictions, NXT style. What's going on, guys? This is HDX here, and again, this is Wrestlemania Weekend! An amazing and glorious day and a happy day to be a wrestling fan, especially me that I've been a wrestling fan since childhood. And now for this weekend, I cannot freaking wait for it. Before the big festivity, the big spectacular, that is WrestleMania 34, we're going to focus on NXT Takeover New Orleans. That's right, as I mentioned before on the last video, before the big 5 events here, there's always an NXT TakeOver event that's going to knock it out of the park. Before the Royal Rumble, before WrestleMania, before Money in the Bank, before SummerSlam, before Survivor Series, there's always going to be an NXT TakeOver. And this one is going to knock it right out of the park. 5 matches. I know the card is small, but it's filled with huge excitement, huge anticipation, huge intensity, and so much excitement that you're going to cut it with a knife. I mean, it's really so thick, you're going to cut it with a big, giant knife. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so for starters, we're going to start off with the first of the 5 matches, the first of the 4 title matches, the NXT Tag Team Championships between the Authors of Pain, the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly, and Adam Cole, baby, with the team against the team of Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, the WWE UK Champion. And one of the most interesting notes that I want to bring up is that originally it was supposed to be a challenger versus champion. The challenger who wins the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is going to face the Undisputed Era for the tag team titles. But instead, William Regal thought of something a little bit more interesting. Instead of a winner versus champion of this tag match, we're going to have a 3-way dance. That's right, a 3-way tag team dance for the NXT Tag Team titles. And the winner of that not only is going to win the Tag Team titles, but to win the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. I mean, holy smokes, talk about raising the stakes. I mean, winner will get 2 prizes, and that's even much better. So let's take a look at the bracket. As you can see here, the Authors of Pain kicked TM61, and then they beat the Street Profits, and then they moved up to the finals. And Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong, they moved up. Well, originally they were supposed to have Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, and Trent Seven, but they sadly got injured. So they got replaced by Roderick Strong and Pete Dunne, which is really cool. Yeah, they beat up Danny Oz, and then these 2 dudes, and then they beat Sanity, which I was hoping that they would make it all the way to the finals, but I messed up on that prediction. So now we got Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong facing the Authors of Pain, but also facing the Undisputed Era, originally Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, but Bobby Fish got injured, so then Adam Cole gets into the picture. Yeah, it's really cool that they got into the picture right now because Adam Cole is also a tag team champion at NXT thanks to the Freebird rule. Now, having said that, on my prediction, I say, let's see, the Undisputed Era is going to win this one. Look, the reason why I say that is because they are now more over before. I mean, think about this. If Adam Cole wins this one, win the tag team titles, and winning the Dusty Rhodes Classic, but ultimately going to end up winning the North American title, which I'm going to get to that in a bit possibly. But either way, Undisputed Era is going to win this one. Is going to win this one, hands down. The Authors of Pain, I mean, they got a lot of work to get. Hey, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Authors of Pain, with their strength, they could probably pull this off. But again, Undisputed Era, that's my prediction on that. Now let's move on. Coming up next, we have the NXT Women's Championship, the second of the 4 title matches here at NXT TakeOver. It's between the current holder, Ember Moon, versus the challenger, the runner-up of last year's Mae Young Classic, Shayna Baszler. And let me tell you, this is going to be more awesome. This rematch is going to be more intense than the last one we've seen at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia. I can guarantee you it is going to be head and shoulders the most intense match that you're going to see here. It's going to be the most intense match. That is going to be like 3 times as intense than the last one at TakeOver Philadelphia. I mean, you could tell, like, it is going to be a brutal showdown. Hands down. Now, having said that, my prediction on this one is going to be, Ember Moon. Ember Moon is going to retain this one. Hands down. I may be wrong. But I guarantee you, it's going to be Ember Moon on this one. She's going to overcome this one. I can guarantee you this. Like, no matter how, like, you can break Ember Moon's body, but you can tell you're not going to break her spirit. Or it might be Shayna Baszler going to win this one. I'm not certain. But again, Ember Moon is going to win this one. That's my prediction on that. Coming up next on the next match, we are going to see the very first NXT North American Championship. They finally bringing in a secondary title, a mid-card title, and look at that belt. It looks absolutely beautiful. It kind of reminds me of the NWA United States title back in the old days, back in the 70s and the early 80s. It looks amazing. I have a video there that I explain it here, link in the description. Now, that being said, it's going to be contested in this very match in a 6-man ladder match to determine the first NXT North American Championship. That consists of Killian Dain representing Sanity, Lars Sullivan, the debut of Ricochet, the Velveteen Dream. Once again, Adam Cole, baby, and the very debut of Ethan Carter III. Trouble, 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 the trouble! I love singing that. Now, this prediction right here is going to be absolutely difficult on this one because there's only about 3 out of, maybe 4 out of 6 men that's going to win, that's going to have a possibility of winning this one. And out of the 4, it's got to be EC3 or Adam Cole or the Velveteen Dream or Ricochet. I mean, this is going to be a really tough one on this one. So I am going to play devil's advocate on this one. And I got to say, it has to be EC3. Because let's be really honest, that North American title, the look of it, I felt like it was made for EC3. I mean, EC3... I mean, when he came out of Impact, I mean, when he got released from Impact and when he came into NXT, he came into NXT like a fucking star, like a bona fide superstar when he stepped in there. And I can guarantee you, EC3 is going to win this one. He is going to win this one, and he's going to show the world that not only that he's going to stand out in NXT, but he's going to make the NXT North American title one of the most prestigious titles that is just about as important as the NXT Heavyweight title. Like, I can guarantee you it is going to happen. It is going to happen right there. EC3, the first ever North American champion. Mark my words. Coming up next, the 4th match of the card and the 4th and final title match within, and that is for the NXT Heavyweight Championship between Cien Almas versus Aleister Black. So much build-up, so much excitement here within this match as much as the other matches in NXT. You know what? I'm just going to make this short and sweet on this predictable match. Aleister Black is going to win this one. Aleister Black is going to win this one because I felt like that this is the time that they're going to put Aleister Black the strap. They're going to give Aleister Black the strap right here, hands down. And, I mean, Cien Almas, I mean, this guy right there, formerly known as La Sombra from Los Ingobernables, this guy, I felt like that they're going to give the Aleister Black the NXT Heavyweight title as a coronation here. And there might be a possibility that Cien Almas might be heading into the main roster. Right there. I like to see Aleister Black win this one here. Hands down. That's my prediction on that one. Short, but sweet. Now, although I might be wrong in this one because Zelina Vega is the X factor within that situation, is that she could change this. I mean, she can impact in this match with her interference. But again, Aleister Black is going to win the NXT Heavyweight title. And now I am going to say the very, 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 very best for last. And this, I hope this will be the main event for this match. I mean, for this card. Because there's so much build up. This storyline just got me so emotionally invested. And so does everybody. Everybody within the NXT fan base. The unsanctioned match. No disqualifications. No countouts. Possibly no pinfalls. Possibly no submissions. Or probably winning by pinfall or submission. Or knockout. I'm not certain. But I can tell you this is going to be a very, very intense showdown between the former tag team partners of DIY, Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. And let me tell you, when I said that I was going to save this match for last, and it's going to be the main event for NXT Takeover, if I was in charge of that, this could have fit very well to a capital T, hands down. This match, this storyline that we're looking at, this build-up that we've seen since the very breakup last year on NXT Takeover Chicago, that breakup, it not only caught us by surprise, but it just ached our hearts because of how amazing that they were as a tag team. And then Tommaso Ciampa was like, man, fuck this shit, and fuck you, Gargano, I'm going solo, and I will make your life a living hell. And we felt like that, wow. Ciampa he did a really good job. He's doing a really good job playing as the heel. I mean, he's actually like the very type of heel in professional wrestling that you would just love to hate. That gives you that very sour taste, but you still have respect for him. And while Johnny Gargano, he played as this amazing underdog babyface that we always root for, that we always stand by him, no matter what. No matter what. And with this showdown, this very build-up that we're looking at right now, up to this point, this is going to be a very, very, very intense showdown. Two best friends that now become bitter enemies towards one another. And now they're ready to just tear each other apart from limb to limb, right into the very bottom of their soul. In this very unsanctioned match. And it's better be the main event. Now, having said that, my prediction on this, Johnny Gargano is going to win. The hero is going to come out on top, and now the storybook will close on this very, very rivalry with Johnny Gargano. Johnny Wrestling, as the hero, come out on top and finally end this madness. Now, the most notable thing that I want to bring up is that if Gargano wins, he's reinstated. If Ciampa loses, he's banned from NXT forever. If that doesn't tell you that the stakes are raised up so high here in NXT Takeover, in terms of the other matches that we've seen here in this very card, I don't know what does. But I can guarantee you, NXT Takeover is going to knock out of the friggin' park. Hands motherfucking down. NXT Takeover New Orleans is going to knock this out of the park much better than WrestleMania 34. Mark my words. And that's my previews and predictions on NXT Takeover New Orleans. And now I gotta work on the previews and predictions on WrestleMania 34. Yeah, a 7-hour show that is gonna take a lot more longer than I expected, like always. So give this video a thumbs up, comment, and definitely subscribe. This is HDX signing out. Have a good one.